The game room. My name is Robert Off. I designed and constructed this room box, made this video, and took all the photographs included in it. The actual construction took several months. However, I will be showing you the step-by-step construction process over the next few minutes. I would first like to acquaint you with my studio. It is approximately 600 square feet and is located in the basement of my home in Cincinnati, Ohio. The design phase is the most creative part. It starts with an idea, which is translated to a blank piece of paper. Many drafts later becomes the work, the final draft, which always seems to change as I work my way through the various construction and visual challenges that each room box seems to present me with. The construction of the box is not very interesting, but I think it is extremely important. From an artistic integrity perspective, I think it is akin to an artist stretching their canvas or a sculptor mixing their medium. I work with 1/4 inch craft plywood and cut the box sides and the interior walls and the subfloor with a professional grade table saw. Once the pieces are cut and sanded, I glue and nail them together using corner frames to hold the various sides in place. After I'm finished sanding and filling the nail holes with putty, I stain the wood and finish it with about 6 coats of shellac. I use shellac because it is a natural product and produces an extremely nice finish. The next step is for me to pick out the appropriate interior paint colors, furniture, and accessories to achieve my artistic vision. Everything must fit. This can be tough given the limitations of the space within the box. To achieve this, I draw the floor plate on the subfloor itself. I then arrange and rearrange the furniture several times to check again on the forced perspective of the design and to make sure that all the design sightlines work. The floor is created by laying and gluing individual floorboards over the marked subfloor. It is important to make sure the individual boards are laid on an appropriate angle so that they line up with the interior walls and don't conflict with the illusion and forced perspective of the overall scene. After the floor is laid, it must be pegged, sanded, stained, and shellacked prior to inserting into the room box itself. Laying out the walls for the moldings and trophy heads was very challenging. The calculating of the appropriate spacing for the moldings and the panels took quite a bit of time and thought. As you can see, everything had to be mathematically laid out, so everything would fit and complement the overall design and add to the forced perspective and mood that I wanted to create. Each of the different size panel spaces were then labeled, so each panel would later fit into its designated space. The panels were themselves cut on a micro table saw, and then, to get the proper angles on each panel, I ran them through a Proxxon drill press, which I used as a shaper. These panels were then painted and glued into their corresponding spaces on the walls and painted. They were then painted again, and the walls were connected using a combination of epoxy, a glue gun, with all joints being reinforced with brass strips. This is a good picture showing both the interior box, which I just created, and the exterior box surrounding it. The addition of electric is essential to create the mood I want to emulate. In this case, the room box will have both a daylight mode and a nighttime mode, each requiring its own terminal. I use LED lights where I can and filter them with theater gels for color effects. All the wiring is hardwired, no tape. I use shrink wrap tubes to join the wires together. The last step is to create the front wall of the room box, the chair moldings, the ceiling moldings, and the door panel. This is all accomplished using the same steps used for the other interior walls and moldings. Once everything is in place, the front is then glued on. I call this the magic moment. All the months of hard work have now been completed, and you turn down the house lights and turn on the box lights to judge if your artistic vision has become all that you had envisioned and hoped for.